I think the biggest thing is to be able to recognize the what each agent has to offer, and how can I use that in our favor for us to grow. I believe that I have learned the fact that not everyone is going to do or understand or see this business as I do, and I have gotten to the understanding that I can use every single one of their gifts and every single thing that they have already in our favor for us to grow this agency. I think the biggest thing is to be able to provide with what they actually need instead of overwhelming them with all these things that they don't really need. It's about identifying and providing with the resources, with the strength, with the structure, with the guidance that they actually need to grow their independent agencies.
Thank you for joining us on our Family First Life Tri-State Serve the People podcast. We appreciate you tuning in, spending your time to develop and grow with us. Follow us, please, on all our social media platforms at Family First Life Tri-State or FFL Tri-State. We love you. Keep listening, and I hope this information is serving you across the country. All right, everybody, thank you for jumping on with us for our Tri-State Trends podcast. I got the owner of Millennial Flame, Kedlyn Colon. No. Kedlyn Colon. She is killing it, crushing the game, and on her way to a Hall of Fame year, Kedlyn, on both sides, correct? Manager side, personal side, and you helped 7,200 families. You and your group helped 7,200 families last year, which is just incredible. We had to get you on, and I'm excited for what this year is going to bring for you. But you were in charge of that. You were the one who saw that. You were the one who worked hard and put that in. So walk us through what 2022 looked like and why it was such an explosive year for y'all.
I think it was a year where I realized that this business was more than what I thought when I first started with Family First Life. And I think it was a year, and I will call it like this, a year of becoming an actual leader, of identifying the things that needed to be changed, not only with the team, but everything started with me. And a year where I established, I think, more structure. I'm pretty sure that was the main thing, structure, and being disciplined and consistent about actually growing this business. I think it was also a year of maturity. I'm going to be really honest and straightforward with you. Where I learned what to do, what not to do. I think I'm still going through that process of learning, because I feel like every single day it's a process of learning as well. But also a year of establishing and being able to have those pillars in my business for me to grow and have a strong foundation, and come into 2023 even stronger than ever. I think those are the three things that I would say: maturity, establishing, and honestly, a structure. I think those are the three things that really manifest what happened in the last 8 months of 2022 and what is coming for 2023.
That's great. It's funny. Kedlyn, how old are you?
I'm 23 now.
Yeah. So you're like, well, I'm learning. I'm mature. Like, yeah, that makes sense. But you didn't have to. Like, you could have not had the desire. You could have not wanted to grow. You could have not, tried to learn from mistakes, and you did. And that's true maturation, but it's also leadership. So let's talk about some of the things you're learning right now as a leader and how it's translating into your team.
I think the biggest thing is to be able to recognize the what each agent has to offer, and how can I use that in our favor for us to grow. I believe that I have learned the fact that not everyone is going to do or understand or see this business as I do. And I have gotten to the understanding that I can use every single one of their gifts and every single thing that they have already in our favor for us to grow this agency. I think the biggest thing is to be able to provide with what they actually need instead of overwhelming them, with all these things that they don't really need.
Right.
if that makes sense. It's about identifying and providing with the resources, with the strength, with the structure, with the guidance that they actually need to grow their independent agencies. And that has been I think, the key to growing the leaders that we're growing, and to really making sure that we have at least 20 logos by the end of 2023. So I think that's the biggest thing that we have encountered. And I'm working directly with every single one of the managers for them to duplicate that with their agency. I'm no longer like overwhelming myself with trying to take over everything. I think it's about identifying those leaders that can actually push me so I can push them so they can push their agency. Wow. And that's how we have really gotten into this point. And honestly, it's all gas, no brakes.
I love it. I really do. Wow. Like, from the first time I've had you on a podcast, which I remember, now I'm remembering, and then seeing the development and the growth, and like, it's impressive to watch. Now, again, this is stuff you are making happen for you. And I think there's a lot of people that can grow from what it is you're saying. A lot of people that can learn from what it is you're saying, because learning how to utilize the skills and the talents of other people for their benefit, which then in turn benefits the company, which is Millennial Flame, is a massive skill, and packing that skill with you, but understanding every time you exercise that skill or that gift, that people are getting better. That's how you grow a big business, because it really is a game of leaders, So when you think about your recruiting and the things you've done from a recruiting standpoint, can you share with people some of the things that have been working?
Yeah. Honestly, that I love social media. That's what I love. But I think right now what we're doing is just projecting what we talk about at the beginning, the maturity of the business. So people that I probably reached out at the beginning from me starting this 2 years ago, from then now them reaching to me because they have seen the growth through social media, which is crazy. Like even through their phone or through their apps or whatever, they have seen the maturity of what Millennial Flame is now. Now they're reaching out to me and they're like, wait, a year ago, 2 years ago, this wasn't the feeling I was getting. Now I'm getting this feeling. Now I want to work with you. So going back to what we said at the beginning, the maturity, the structure, the leadership, and everything, and so on, has been projected also. And that's what we're doing right now. It's just basically sharing what we have grown, what we are doing, and the work that we put every single day with the agents, and being really transparent about the process. That this is not something that you just, you figure it out from over the night, but it's something that if you put the work, the consistency, and discipline with yourself and your structure, then you can definitely make it happen. And I think that's the biggest thing. It's about being transparent with the process, and people are seeing that. And now has come to the point, I got into the point that people are reaching out to us, from agencies to agents to just people that don't even have their license, but they're, way in the financial industry. Like, it's just crazy how everything has fallen into place and things are just coming to us. And when I say us, is because we have a staff, we have a group of people that honestly, without them, I wouldn't be here at all. So that's what we have been doing. It's just about projecting and so on, and just being really personal with people. Hey, you're here right now. You reach out to me because X, Y, and Z. What can I do to help you and put you, your business, and your family in a better position? What can I do? What is that you need from me? And then going from there, having those personal conversations, really hard conversations, by the way, because we don't like talking about the struggles, but talking and having those conversations to actually building something with them. I think that's the biggest thing. And for me, loyalty and respect is one of the biggest thing in this industry. And because you do that for them, it's just you're building trust, you're building that loyalty, and you just grow and you from talking with them on DM or whatever to becoming business partners, and now we're growing this together. I think honestly that's the biggest thing, and being honest with how the business has been built.
Nice. Are you said a lot of things are coming to you based on activity. Are you still sending out messages?
I'm not doing that anymore, and I'm gonna be really transparent. People are legit reaching out to us. We're not sending messages anymore. We're just letting our content speak for ourselves, and people are pretty much reaching out to us. What we are doing though is that if we see any agency, for example, any CPA agency or any health agency that they don't have health, but we know that they have a really big book of business, we start following them. We like a couple pictures, they notice us, they see our content, boom, they DM us. That's what we're doing right now.
So you mean like health or PNC who don't have life?
Correct.
Right.
So if they don't have lives, that has been our main focus. Agencies, group of people that already have a structure in whatever other industry, or in the insurance industry, but not necessarily life. Something that they have been building that we know there will be people that we can coach into it. And then we can teach them how life works and how this could be beneficial for them because they already have a book of business and go from there.
Right. Okay.
That's what we have been doing lately.
Love it. Love it. And now you're doing a lot from, you have your live dial. Talk to us a little bit about that structure, how that's working, the way you onboard agents and bring them into that.
So right now, we have a really solid structure. Live dials is not just to dial for us. We have approximately 10 rooms. Every single room for a different thing. We have the onboarding room. We have the BOM room. We have the training room, training and script. We have the Spanish room, so on and so on and so on. We have 10 rooms in total. And basically what I decided is that I want to create a platform where people didn't have to leave, where people didn't have to change from one link to the other one for them to get certain type of knowledge or training. So we decided that everything that involved training, onboarding, everything and so on was going to be done on live dials. So while people were training, other people that already went through that process of training, they are going to be on live dials, actually call closing people or booking appointments or whatever the case might be. So we have 10 rooms in total. We do onboarding there. Onboarding is basically for agents that are completely new. And we basically get them prepared. It's a whole week training from Monday to Friday. So by Friday, they should be all ready to go. And then by Monday, they should be able to start selling at that point. Because we spend an entire week training them, establishing a structure, teaching them about this and that. They already have at least 4 carriers by that point. By Friday, they already have at least 4 carriers. And then on Monday, we go ahead and start doing the whole dialing thing. We already bought the leads. Everything was done for them on Monday. Then we're going to start like really hard. And then as far as our agency calls, trainings, and so on, we have our agency call, obviously, that it's once a week, every Monday. On that agency call, we obviously establish the highlights, everything, and so on. I like keeping my team completely excited from the work that they do, because that means that if they were not in the board this week, they're going to push so hard. It's like a competitive type of thing that we have, a competition that we have. They're like, oh my God, I had to be on the board. Like, what's going on? Why am I not on the board? So next week, they're like, okay, and now I'm in the board. What's up? So it's the type of energy that we like keeping. We're really competitive. I'm gonna just put it out there. We're really competitive, but it's healthy and we push each other.
Right.
And that's why I'm really big on highlights. And then we have now the Hall of Fame training. We do have that every single Thursday. We want to at least have 10 Hall of Famers for 2023. So we're pushing hard, from teaching the agents on how to manage their budget to how to buy leads, to how to be disciplined. We talk about numbers. We expose their numbers. Hey, you did $5,000. We were supposed to do 10. Like, what's going on? How can we help you? Like, all those things we have in that meeting. It's more about building, like actually mentoring these people to get to that point. And I'm also included on that. And that's basically the structure that we have, to be honest. It's constant movement. There's just no way to hold from doing what we need to do and putting the activity out there And obviously all the managers have been completely involved into the calendar and the structure. So it's not just me and it's not just my face or my voice. It's like everyone has a different role
Right.
and everyone has a different responsibility, so we can get everyone to that point, because at some point it's going to be their turn, you know?
Yeah. That's great, man. I love it. So much energy. But honestly, structure and discipline to the process. Like there's really, as long as people are coming into that funnel, there's no way to lose. Make sense?
Yep.
So
Mm-hmm.
when you think about annual convention, it's right around the corner. You know, I know you're loading up to get as many people there as possible. What is your take on annual convention if you were sending this message to your team?
Honestly, for us, especially this year, it's a big deal. A lot of expectations in regards to training and the information that is going to be provided over there. I think it's a way to push people to do better. What we have been talking about the last eight months, they're actually going to see it. They're actually going to connect with other people. They're actually going to be able to see that this is something real, that they can make it happen on their own. And I think for me, especially last year, convention last year was more about I can't be left behind type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then this year it's like, okay, I learned that lesson last year. This year is about what else can I do to exceed, to just put a fast speed into the growth that we have going on. And I want them to also go through that experience. This is our first real actual convention as a Millennial Flame team.
Nice.
This is the first year we're gonna go with the actual logo. And everything is just gonna be different for us. I think it's a way of hey, we're ready. What else can we do? And it's just to get them excited, to make sure that they have all the resources that they do need to speed this whole thing. Like honestly, and that's it. We have 75 people so far going.
Nice.
Already registered Spanish and English. So we're really excited. Honestly, we're really excited about this. And it's just amazing. I don't know what else to say. It's just gonna be an amazing experience. We have arranged everything. We have been preparing for months for convention. My goal is honestly what was to bring 100 people. 25 more people to go. We still have 2 more weeks to go, so we're fighting. We definitely want to reach 100 people coming to convention.
I love it. Now, what are your goals coming out of convention 2023? What do you want to see happen with Millennial Flame?
So our expectations for after convention is to be able to protect 20,000 families on 2023.
Wow.
Definitely want to exceed that. Our goal is to be able to get to that point, have at least 10 Hall of Famers for 2023, and my personal goal is to reach Hall of Fame as an agency, and Hall of Fame as far as personal production is concerned. We're gonna make it happen. I definitely want to break the walls, and I want to make sure to establish something new, something fresh, something that has, what I always say, that's a song that we bring. And make sure I think the biggest thing is for me to be able to establish something and make sure that everyone understands and everyone has clear in their mind that we can do it. And yeah, hell yeah, we did this.
Yeah.
So that's the main thing about everything. A lot of expectations, a lot of growth, 5 times more of what we did on 2022, and that's what we're going for. Like I said at the beginning, all gas, no brakes.
What a way to close. And I'm so proud of you for pushing through the learning curve, the growth curve. It's just not that easy to do as you're learning. I mean, this is real business, and it's a lot of moving pieces. And you're a testament to that. Anyone who's hungry enough and is willing to fight hard enough can do that, and that's going to inspire a lot of people. So I appreciate you, appreciate all you do. I'm really excited about 2023 for y'all and the expectations that you have for you and your team. So it's going to be a fantastic year. I'm excited for you.
I'm excited too. Thank you for having us. Thank you for having me. Honestly, it's a pleasure working along with you, and let's just kill it. Let's just do this.
Tri-State Trending with my girl, Kedlyn. Let's get it, baby. Appreciate you. God bless. Let's roll.